There we go.
Okay.
All righty. All right, so we are out the Crown Plaza this year. Hopefully lots of people got rooms. I know it seems like a busy week. I think there's another big conference going on at the convention center. So please get with Debbie if you are trying to figure out the hotel situation. Um, there's some other hotels that we could recommend nearby. So just reach out to me or Debbie and we will try to help you out there. So everything is going to be on the second floor. If you come through the main doors, there's an elevator. There's also a big staircase. It's a really, really pretty hotel. So just to know, the TAM registration table will be right outside of the elevators if you come up to the second floor. So you should see Debbie's smiling face there for you to register and all that fun stuff. I did want to tell people about parking. So you can park at the hotel. I believe it's $15 a day. So that's just something to kind of, I think you can use a card and all that, but that's just something to be aware of. The closest garage is probably going to be Market Square. It's $7 a day if you wanted to unload your stuff and then move your car over there just to save a little bit. But yeah, if you have any questions about that, please reach out. But there's plenty of parking garages around the city that you can park in. So most of our sessions will be in the Salon A, B, and C areas, and then we'll have our lunches in the Summit 1, and then everything's pretty close. So there'll be plenty of people around to kind of show you where to go. One thing I did want to go ahead and say is that the Crown Plaza is we think very strict about bringing alcohol in. So they do have a bar at the hotel, but they've asked us to not bring any outside alcohol. So that's something just to kind of keep aware of. All right, this looks like a lot of words, but well, I'll try to keep it simple. So Tuesday, our pre-conference, we've planned a couple of things that people might want to take advantage of if they're traveling in, if they feel like they can take like an extra day to do. We've got a couple tours. We've got one that if you go to the American Museum of Science and Energy, the Green McAdoo Museum, and then the Museum of Appalachia, all of those museums have offered to have free admission for that day. So if you just tell them that you're with TAM, they'll be happy to get you in those places. And then also we reached out to Fort Loudon and Sequoia Birthplace, and they have also offered free admission if you'd like a tour of any of those. Charlie Road Armor said that he would give a tour at 1:30 at Sequoia Birthplace. So if anybody wants to do that, just please feel free to call them and let them know that you're coming. That would be a great tour to do. But those places are free. No transportation is provided for those, so just kind of go if you feel led to and if you have the time. So then we have our pre-conference workshop. This is sponsored by American Association for State and Local History. This is a pre-registered event. It's $25, but it includes a box lunch for that day. If you checked into the Crown Plaza and you want to walk, it's about a 6-minute walk to the East Tennessee History Center, and it'll be in the auditorium. And that workshop is called Putting It All Together. But you can also, I think the closest parking garage to there is State Street, and there's also street parking if you want to park at a meter. All right. And then at 6 o'clock, there's going to be a few people that are trying to gather at Boyd's Jig and Reel. That is usually their music night. So it's a great place to sit, listen to music, have some really good food. You don't have to register or anything for this. It's just if you feel like going, feel free to. It's about a 7-minute walk from the hotel. Do we have any questions so far, Debbie?
Nothing yet. You're doing everything perfectly, so they
Perfect.
just got nothing.
All right. All right. So our first conference day, Wednesday the 12th, we've got our registration in the morning. I'll try not to run through the whole program as if, just to save time, but I did want to make people aware of some of our earlier things that are going on. We've got our museum advocacy workshops and walking tours, our emerging museum professionals meetup, and the humanities scholarship winners meeting. We also have the board of directors retreat. This is a pre-registration requirement. So please, if anybody has some board of directors, if you yourself feel that you would like to go ahead and get registered for that. It's sponsored by Leadership Knoxville. And then all attendees are invited to our opening luncheon for the conference. So there's enough spots for 50 people. It's going to be a really great retreat for everybody. So if you feel like you know somebody that would like to go, please let them know. We have an event page set up on Facebook, I believe, also. All right.
Rebecca, can I add one thing for that
Yes,
board of directors
please.
retreat? You and or your organization does not have to be a TAM member to attend. You just do need to register.
Yes. All right. So we've got some offsite tours that are serving as our sessions in a way. This is really the only time we'll have bus transportation. So go ahead and make sure that when you're registering, if there's a spot for that, to let us know. But we've got 2 routes. One is going to the Mabry Hazen House and the Beck Cultural Exchange Center. And that's going to be focused on community engagement and public history. And then the second route will be cultural interpretation, and that's going to the McClung Museum of Natural History and Culture. And they have a wonderful new exhibit that will be on at that time. But yeah, the buses will depart from the lobby and they'll bring you straight back. All right. So this is one of the bigger changes for this year. Usually we do awards the first night and then auction the second night, or we have for the past couple years. This year it'll be auction the first night and then awards the second night. So if you do have auction items, please be sure to get those to one of the board members or to Sarah, who is doing the auction. So just kind of keep that in mind this year, since that's a little bit different. The location for auction night is the Emporium. It's about a 4-minute walk from the hotel. It's like on Gay Street, just the other way. But the Downtown Gallery and the Airmont Gallery have told us that they will be open, so we can go over there, view the galleries, and have auction night. There's also street parking near the bridge, near the Emporium, if anybody wants to park over there, but it's still pretty close. And then the Knoxville Area Museum professionals will be meeting up at Maple Hall after that, if anybody wants to go out for post drinks. This just kind of shows the Crown Plaza's right here. You can just cut down this way to the Emporium. So not too far. All right, so our Thursday, our awards night day, we will have our sessions, our general sessions. The only difference in our sessions on this day is that one will be off-site at Blunt Mansion. This is a little bit longer of a walk. I do believe they are going to make their parking available to everyone if you want to drive over there. There's also closer street parking as well. But this will be a kind of a workshop session called Dressing Up History. So for reenactors and living historians, it'll be a really great session, I think, but and a little bit longer session, but it is a 14-minute walk if you do prefer to walk. Our business luncheon will also be really good with our Demystifying NAGPRA conference keynote, so that's one to watch out for. And then that night we'll have a stroll, so no buses will be transporting people. This will be a walk from the Crown Plaza lobby to the East Tennessee History Center, and then we'll make a stop at the Sun Sphere and then the Knoxville Museum of Art. So for each stop, we'll have like drinks or snacks. But people are welcome to go ahead and go to KMA. There's free parking at KMA. So if you feel like you want to maybe skip the walk and drive over there, you're welcome to. But we'll have things at each of those stops, and you can go in the museum for a little bit, and we're going into the Sun Sphere. So we've got some fun stuff planned for that night. There'll also be complimentary headshots at KMA from 6 to 9. So if you wanted to get there early, you could. Debbie, is there anything in the chat?
No, we had one question come up on your last talking about if your museum doesn't have a board of directors, can you go to the retreat as a museum director? Yes. So
Absolutely.
I did put the direct link in the chat, but it's also on the homepage of the TAM website. So if any of you other ones are thinking about that, yes, please register for that.
Yes. It will be a great thing, I think. That's a good question. Also for awards night, I just wanted to say if you felt like maybe you wanted to drop someone off or send maybe the stroll, I think altogether it's like a 17-minute walk, I want to say, from the Crown Plaza to KMA with stops in between. If you feel like maybe you want to drive over to the Sun Sphere or however you want to work it, that is fine. There's a couple of metered spots, I believe, by the Sun Sphere. There's some by the History Center, but there's also a drop-off circle at the Sun Sphere. So, and then of course, free parking at the Museum of Art. So, just kind of keep that in mind, and please let us know if you feel that you can't walk. Just let Debbie or someone on the board know, and we will be happy to get you over there. Another thing that night we have made with Knox Brew Hub, which is on the way back to the hotel. It's near Market Square. That is where we will be meeting up post awards night for that. And this is a map of kind of our stroll down Gay Street to the museum, our walk down Clinch to the Sun Sphere, the little roundabout circles right here, and then go straight to KMA. All right, so Friday, our last day of the conference, we'll have our last day sessions. This is another thing to be aware of. Just make sure that you're picking up your auction items and Sarah's not chasing everybody down that day. And since our auction will be on the first night, that way people just be aware that we still have to get those paid for and picked up. Our closing luncheon this year is titled Hope in Museums, and we'll be having Randy Boyd talk, and then also Black Atticus or Joseph Woods, who's Knoxville's poet this year, and he'll have a few words too. And they're both very excited about the closing luncheon. I think it'll be a good one. Also this year we are, like a lot of the TAM conferences, we provide a list of like post-conference museums that you can go to for free if you tell them you're with TAM. We will have a sheet, a list that basically will say every museum you can visit if you still feel up to it after the conference. But yeah, we've got some great museums around here and on the way back to your home for sure that are willing to let you come in for free. I think that is pretty much it for me. I can't think of anything else that might be a little bit different this year. If you have a question, I'll go ahead and turn this off so I can see the screen a little bit more.
I haven't looked at the registration form yet. I will, but we have an opportunity to buy guest tickets for evening events. Okay,
Yes, we do.
good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, I just put the link, Adam and Rebecca and them just finished the final conference program. So it's on the website, and also put a link in our chat. So that's the program as everything is set up as of right now.
Great. I'm glad we're going to have so much art this year. This sounds fun.
Yeah, there will be a lot of art. And we'll have our baseball exhibit up. You guys will be the first to see it.
Baseball exhibit.
Yeah.
Wow. I had to check my son's baseball schedule before I could commit to coming here this year.
Oh,
So,
man.
it'll be fun.
I will add one thing, and I know that Rebecca mentioned this. I just want to super point out, especially for the folks that have been coming to TAM for a long time, we switched auction night and awards night. So I know a lot of us are in the habit of being awards is automatically Wednesday, auction is Thursday. Just try to step out of that this comfort zone of the same, and we're changing things up. So please don't bring in, you know, the group from your museum for, I mean, bring them in for Wednesday, that's cool, but then they can stay for Thursday for the awards thing. So that's one of the things we just want to make sure that we don't mix up with anybody buying the extra tickets for the wrong night or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
It's confusing to me too. That's why I'm telling you guys, because I keep
know.
trying to tell people, yeah, Wednesday awards. So
Yeah, every time I look at the program, I think it's wrong, and I'm like, oh gosh, we have to fix this. But yeah, if anybody doesn't have any more questions, feel free to reach out and ask us afterwards.
Okay, thanks. This has been helpful.
Thank you guys for hopping on.
Okay, looking forward to it. See y'all then.
Can't wait to see you in March.
Thank you very much.
great.
Thanks,
Thanks everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you.